is you want to time it, because whenever that first tank comes out, then you shoot it, and then the second swing can't come out. This happens all the time. All right, hey everybody. So this video is going to be me VOD reviewing a Masters 5 Sojourn. So now actually this Sojourn is the first time that this guy started to play Sojourn. I actually coached him in the past and he plays Soldier 76. And after just one coaching session, he ended up going from Platinum 2 to Masters 5, which is incredible. I mean, when you see his aim, you can understand why he went to Masters 5 so fast. He just had to put in the other game sense work to try to get it down. But something that he realized is to expand hero pool, right? Soldier 76 isn't that good in higher rank. So he wanted to try out Sojourn, right? And I feel like these days I'm kind of like the Sojourn guy on YouTube. So I just was going to look at his VOD review and just try to give him a bunch of pointers of things that he could try to do better. So as we come in here down main, now a big thing is Sojourn sightlines, right? I always talk about making hallways. And right now, like, Sojourn can actually shoot across the entire map, which means that if you just kind of stand right here, you can kind of just jump on these pillars and spray down in a hallway. Like, I mean, you know how much I always talk about hallways. And then I like to kind of move up as I get rail, because maybe I can catch people off guard trying to go around a corner or something. But I usually like to play here. I also just want to say, I'm going to nitpick everything. I don't want this to sound like I'm being an asshole, but I'm going to like nitpick just a lot of things that I see. All right, sound good? Cool. All right, so let's see it coming out here. I like this angle, right? This is good distance management right off the bat. I like, so doing things like this, like if you saw this, Sojourn is so good because Sojourn can lock down angles, right? Like Cassidy can never really ever double peek, because if you try to double peek a Sojourn, by the second time you're already peeking her, there's a chance she has rail, and there's a very predictable movement pattern of when people swing out and then back into cover. That's really, really good on Sojourn. So something I already like that this guy's doing is he's just kind of holding his crosshair at corners to just deny the angles. It's already pretty good, right? This is just the neutral game. You're just playing until you get your ultimates. A lot of people try to overcomplicate the game, including me. I overcomplicate it all the time. This game, it literally comes down to building your ultimate, right? Like, all you want to do is poke until you get your ultimate and play as safe as possible until you get your ultimate. And it's a really, like, undervalued thing in the game. That once again, yeah, I mess it up all the time. So, something I also liked about this play here. So, Cassidy ends up pushing out. And even though Cassidy's kind of pushing out in the open, it's kind of hard to get a lot of value from shooting a Cassidy that's already getting healed. And then the fight actually starts happening here. But my boy right now is already set up in a nice hallway to just put a lot of pressure in the neutral on this space over here. And that's exactly what he starts doing, right? Like, he's literally just standing in a hallway shooting down people. And this is exactly how you're supposed to be playing Sojourn. All my videos have talked about this. First mistake I noticed, like literally this is the first mistake, which is pretty sick. Once again, it's really minor, but like it's these types of things, right? 45% and shoots a railgun at a full health Cassidy. That type of stuff needs to always try to be 100%. You always want to be building up your rail. Or let's say I only got 45 here. I'm going to swing back into Cassidy, try to get even more, and then swing back into the main fight with 100. You always want to be trying to build 100 and then transferring that momentum into your next fight. That's always going to be like a really strong thing to do. Once again, he does great here. Now, I know this pillar ends up messing him up, but what he does here is something like he predicts the enemy's movement, right? Cassidy starts walking towards point, but instead of really fully reacting and trying to chase everywhere this Cassidy goes, he just predicts that Cassidy's going to eventually come back and swing back into that cover up here. So you can see he'll just hold his crosshair there, wait for him to come through, and then shoot the rail the second he crosses. Now, I know, once again, it got messed up by that pillar, but it's great. That's like a great play. Once again, like distance management. You don't have to push here. You're really scared of this Ramatra trying to force you out, so you always want to be holding your slide and playing good angles and playing far away from the enemy team. Like, you're just getting basically 100% uptime. Once again, another great angle. Definitely things we need to work on that Moira couldn't have been walking in a straighter line. We gotta get those shots in. Idea was there on that one. Need to execute better. Once again, 100 rail needs to do better. All right, but once again, like, this angle is sick. even though we're making little tiny mistakes in the micro, because this angle is so strong, this Sojourn is getting unbelievable amounts of value, because not only is Sojourn able to oversee the whole point here, this Cassidy can't actually duel the Sojourn. The Sojourn is not only controlling and doing free damage to Ramatra on the point, but also making this Cassidy do nothing. So in effect, making the game even harder for the enemy team. Like Cassidy just cannot get value if you're just spamming at the angle right there. And hold, what I would be doing is holding rail, but this guy hasn't been holding rail, which is something that's really good, right? It's really good to do. Holding rail just makes the enemy like really scared all the time. Now, I like this. I think this could have been a little bit better timed. So what you always want to do as Sojourn, actually, I don't like this because you didn't really even see the guy before he turned. So basically what you always want to do as Sojourn is the game always basically works like the tank's going to run out first and then the enemy team is going to swing behind the tank, right? So it's kind of like a two-step process. So the tank goes out and then everybody goes, okay, the safe, he's getting shot at, the space is safe to take, then they swing out. What you always want to do is you want to time it, because whenever that first tank comes out, then you shoot it, and then the second swing can't come out. This happens all the time. Ana nades are also the exact same timing for it. There's a lot of things that are timed for it. Ash dynamites are also the same timing, but it's like a 1-2 step, right? You let the one go in, and then you hit the people swinging on the second step. That's like the best time you ever should use your Sojourn E ever. All right, so once again, we're still holding this good angle, but the one problem I'm constantly seeing is not holding rail to 100. If you just hold rail here and you don't even shoot it, they're going to see that glowy ball and start freaking out and over peeking you, and you're just getting way too much value and attention. It's going to force them to like do something. They're going to have to peek and get shot, or like, let's say you build 100, then you can peek Soldier and shoot Soldier and then maybe ult him, right? Because he's isolated. There's a lot of like reasons why you should be holding your rail to 100 every single time here. You know you can get that guaranteed value when they swing back. Like, once again, if we had our rail at 100, you just put your crosshair here and they're swinging back right into your rail, which is what you do. It's just you don't have 100 rail. Got too excited, pop the rail. Now, a big thing about ult economy, right? We were trying to live for our ults, but you always want to be using your ults after they do in these situations, right? Like, you own the point. They have to use resources to take the point. That's a fundamental of Overwatch that's literally never going to change. So you need to force them to use their ults first. And you're already playing in like the safest angle ever. Like, this angle is so sick because you have cover, you have 2 health packs if you want to get out. No one can push you unless Ram comes around, which is what he's trying to do. But the whole idea is you let them use resources and ults to take space. You hide. Okay? Then after they use everything, more likely than not, they're going to be out of cover and out of resources. And then you swing with your ult, it's over. Like that, it's just like a fundamental of Overwatch and ult economy and stuff. And I can understand why we get excited, but big misplay. We're still able to get a 6 shot on Cass though. Remember, I said this guy's aim is good. I think it honestly really carries him up to where he is right? But big thing, even though you messed that up, you're still playing a good angle. Like, you still are shooting down a hallway, which is like a really good thing. And you're also like able to hit your shots. Those are like the 2 main things you have to do realistically. All right, once again, wasted an E. Remember that 1-2 step. 1-2. Okay, I'll literally time it when I would be shooting the thing. Right here. I'd be shooting it right now. The Orisa is gonna be forced to back up, or if she doesn't back up, this E is gonna force her to back up for sure, which is most likely gonna deny any value that this Cassidy can get. Because we wasted it, they were just kind of able to free peek there. I love this angle still. Like, I don't like, I honestly, I like this, right? Like, I think that you're getting free pressure in here, and you're denying the 2 hit scan angles at the exact same time. I like this angle is just it's one of those power positions, right? I talk about power positions We just ended up missing the shot, which is whatever, but like, it is what it is, right? Honestly, low-key carried the round, even with like some major mistakes. Positioning just wins game. All right, so I'm gonna stop the video here. Okay, I talked about a lot of things that we could have done better there. Big things being rail charge, E usage is huge, right? But things that this guy always has down is distance management, which is this thing that he learned from last thing, and he always has aim, right? So I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe. If you want coaching, hit me up on my email, okay? All right, see you guys.